Welcome to the Edith Letters.
Light red carnations on the tablecloth, and a handwritten letter, oh that's fading hard. It says, to my dearest.
I hope that you saw the introductory video because it will explain this series a little more in depth, so you won't be like totally confused of what's going on right now. So please check that out. If you have not checked it out already, you may be a little lost if you don't. The first letter is postmarked July 27th, 1925. Dearest Edith, I suppose that you were beginning to think that you would never get a real answer to that last letter of yours. It is just a week ago now that you should have gotten this. But please forgive me this time. It has not happened before and won't happen again if I can help it. I am not much in condition for doing it, but will make it as interesting as possible. At least I hope it will not prove boring. Right this minute, I wish I had some of that heat of which you were complaining while writing. It would probably give me a little more energy than I now have. Hasn't Dorothy been a bit lonesome since she got rid of that turtle, or is she still as satisfied with the company of that tin frog as she was before she met the turtle? Blue Mondays are generally a rule with me, but I think I can give thanks to you for today's not being such. Did you have enough rest? I hope you feel Tuesday night as you did Friday best. Again, I wish to tell you, do not be afraid to ask me to come up for fear that I might have something else to do. You would do me a big favor by asking me to come whenever you are lonely in the evening or when you are alone. It only takes me a few minutes to get up there, and I can always get ready on a moment's notice. Even the way I feel tonight, I could get ready and be there within a half hour. Just the thought of you makes me feel 100% better. I have your picture in front of me now, and already I feel a great deal better. That shows what a good nurse you would make. I hope you get this by tomorrow so that I hear from you again in a short time. Every day I unconsciously look into the mailbox expecting to receive something from you. But on second thought, I see how impossible it is. I think I will finish my book tonight. After this, I think I will study hard for that exam. I should be ready by February and ought to make a good grade at it. With your love and hopes, I should succeed in anything. I hope you understand what I mean. The first thing that I am going to do is to shave. I'll bet you were ashamed of me last night the way I looked. I never realized what I was like till this morning. I think this letter is something to be ashamed of too, don't you? While I have no news as usual, nothing else to talk about but myself. So altogether, this is an awful failure. Expect a better one next time. Remember, I love you more than ever. And lots of little X's. As promised in the introductory video, now I'm going to actually go through some of the things in the letter that I actually noticed. We're going to start actually on page 2. Nothing really unusual about page 1, but comment below if you remember doing this. See how he has used the Roman numeral at the top of the page. I can remember writing letters to friends or grandparents and actually doing the same thing. I can't imagine that people do that now. Well, older people maybe, but comment below if you did do that. So I have been researching these people, and I know that this gentleman is not a teacher, but I did get quite a little kick out of this, where he inserted this word. So a teacher, instructor, if they are grading a paper, would actually use the little mark to insert a word, and he has done the same. So I'm guessing that it was a common thing to do back then if you had forgotten a word. In my day, you just used whiteout. And look how he spells night. Obviously, we use GHT now, and back then NITE. And see, he's done it again. He's added another word in. Look how he did tonight. Also, something I was surprised to see is that he actually used the 1/2 for half instead of spelling half out. And I was actually surprised to see the percent sign behind the 100. And I wasn't exaggerating with all the little X's down there. All those kisses. With the as usual, he did underline it. Guess he was stressing that fact. What we learned in our very first letter about our courting couple. We can make the assumption that maybe she wants to be a nurse because he says what a great nurse she would be, or maybe that is something that he thinks she should become. We also know that all she has to do is say the word and he is there. It's almost as if he is asking her to please tell me to come by more often, because obviously he wants to see more of her. He talks about how he looked last night, so I guess they were together last night, but it's quite sweet that he actually wrote her a letter the very next day. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine going out on a date and then the very next day writing a letter to the person you went out with? So basically these letters were kind of like our texts, because now we would text somebody or call them or Snapchat them to talk to them after our date. But back then, I guess it was letters. Many, many more letters to come. So I hope you have hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss. You miss one letter and you may be totally thrown off. Or maybe the one letter, the one video that you miss could reveal something big or exciting. So you don't want to miss a letter, do you? Until the next letter.